All right, let's look at question 8, part E, the most challenging part of this whole questions. All right, so as you can see, it has three for loops, and we have to manually trace the program and write its output. Okay, so you have three integers x and x, y, and z, and count is 0. So for x from 1 to 5, we have this loop. From y equals to z, y equals to x, y less than 5. We have this loop. We have this loop. Okay, and for z equals to x, z less than y, we have this count plus plus. So basically, the count here is count how many loops in total. Okay, so let's start analyzing this program. So uh, let's first write the starting and ending condition of each for loop. So the outermost loop x is from 1 to 5. Okay, and then in the second loop, y is starting from okay, so y is starting from x all the way to 5. Okay, how about z? Z starting from x as well. Okay, all the way to y. Okay, so basically I 1 to 5 iterate 5 times, and y starting from x all the way to 5, increasing. Okay, and z is sandwiched between the x value outside and the y value that is above it. Okay, so let's try to get the output. Okay, so let's just try to run it at the very first time. All right, so at the very first time, the x equals to 1. Okay, x equals to 1. So here in the second loop, in y initially, of course, is 1 as well, right? So y is to 1, and the second loop, y is from 1 to 5, is it? Right? So y is from 1 to 5. And then z is from z initially equals to x, which is 1 as well. So third loop, z is from 1 to y, depending on y's value. Okay, so let's just focus on the third loop, z equals to x, z less than y. So at the first time, y equals to 1, right? At the first time of the loop, y equals to 1. So z from 1 to 1, okay? So the output will be, the count will be 1, right? And then after that, the second loop changes. The second loop, okay, sorry, I didn't make myself clear. So just now, y is 1, z is 1. So the third loop only run once because z and y are equal. And after that is the new loop in the second loop. Okay, it's a new loop. We go back, y increased by 1, still less than 5. So now y is 2. All right? Okay, so now y is 2. And z, and then we come in. Z equals to x, still 1. And then z less than y, less than 2. Okay, so it will iterate 2 times, twice in the third loop. Okay, so count will be 2. Okay, after that, after 2 times of running here, z from 1 to 2. Okay, so the y go back, y will be 3. Y will be 3. 3 still less than 5, so it will come into the loop again, into the body of the loop again. All right. So this time y equals to 3 already. Okay. And z starting from x starting from 1. Okay. So z is 1. Z less than 3. Now y is 3. We need to iterate 3 times here. So we will add a 3 here. Okay. After it runs 3 times in a third loop, I will come back to the second loop. Okay. So y plus plus, y is 4, still less than 5. So enter the block, the body again. All right. So z is 1, z less than 4. So it runs 4 times of count. And in the end, y plus plus, y is 5, and z is 1. All right, z is 1 because in this stage, x is always 1. So that is 1, z less than 5. Okay, so it will just add 5 times. So that is the very first loop, the first time. So after y, so now y is 5, right? After we go back to the second loop, y is 6. Doesn't satisfy. So this thing, whole chunk, is executed for the very first time. All right? So after this thing is executed, it's finished, it will come back here, x plus plus. So now x equals to 2 already. Okay? X equals to 2. And then we'll come back to the body here again. Okay? So y is x. So y starting from 2. Okay? Y starting from 2. Y less than 5. And of course, z equals to x. X is 2 already. Okay? So z equals to 2 already. Z less than y. Y now is 2. Okay? So it will just run once. Okay? And after that, after this run once, it will come back to y plus plus. So y now will become 3. Okay, okay. Now let's just ignore this for now. Okay, so y will become 3. Okay, z equals to x, that is to 2. Z less than y, z less than 3. So it will run twice. Okay, starting with 2 less than 3. So it will run twice. Then y plus plus, y will be 4. Okay, so y is 4. Z starting from 2 to y, y is 4. Okay, from 2 to 4, it will run 3 times, which is 2, 3, and 4. 3 times. And then this thing finish, will come back to y plus plus. So y is 5. Okay, so well, after y is 5, and then I'll come back here. So z equals to 2, because x is 2, right? That is 2. 2 from 2 to 5, we have 4 times. Okay, so after this, the whole chunk is finished. We come back to y plus plus. So y is 6, doesn't satisfy. So this chunk finished as well. So come back to x plus plus. X plus plus, x will be 3. Okay, so it's a new iteration. As you can see, each time x increased by 1, we will drop the very last digit because this x here increased by 1. Okay, so each time this x plus plus, this x plus 1, it will drop the last number. Yeah, so if you, of course, you can continue to trace the value. So, or if you have observed the pattern I mentioned just now, it will be 1 plus 2 plus 3. Okay, and the next time it will be 1 plus 2 plus 3. And the next time it will be 1 plus 2. In the end, it will be just 1. So you add all these things together, the final value is 35. Okay, so if you can observe, I made a typo here. Yeah, it's like this. So if you have observed the pattern by tracing the 2, it's alright. If you haven't, just trace 1 time more. So you will find the pattern by tracing 3 times. Okay? So of course, if you trace it all the way to the end, it's completely fine and it's much safer. Okay? Yeah. Hope you can understand. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I can explain this to you again. All right.